Wedding Prep Wednesday. So I've got to prepare some flowers and greenery for my weddings this week. Now, this is gypsophila, as you know. I've also had delivered a load of greenery. I've got ruscus and I've got 2 different types of eucalyptus. Now, people think gypsophila is really cheap, but it's not actually. When you look at this, how much does that look? What do you think that costs? Okay, well, when you buy it, I'm getting mine from a flower wholesaler, and actually, they're different prices today because I must have got some out of one stock and one out of another. That's the way their markets work. So one of these bundles is 15 quid and the other one is 20 plus VAT. So 24 quid or 18 pounds, that's how much you get. And once you get it, when it's delivered, what you need to do, I'm just chopping it. I'm going to be using mine, threading it into greenery, so it doesn't matter if I take length off my stems. I don't need the length. You need to cut it, obviously, to get the fresh water to go in, but then it's all very much stuck together. And what you have to do is gently lift it and tease it to get it out. So this actually takes a while. You'll lose lots of little white flowers whilst you're doing it. And it takes quite a while to do, to be honest. Now, I know a lot of people go for gypsophila and they think, oh, just have gypsophila in my bouquets. That'll make it cheaper. Do you know, there's an awful lot that your florist has to do when you order gypsophila. Because they have to, obviously, order it, get it in. It's the same for any flower. But then when it does come in, as you can see I'm doing now, I'm just taking a bit more length off, is that you have to fluff and you have to try and separate them. So it does take a little while. And then working with gypsophila to make bouquets actually does take quite a long time because you have to cut it all down. Can you see they're all very different lengths? You have to cut it down so they're all the same length. You have to pack it back in nicely, make sure it sits well. So if you are looking for gypsophila bridesmaid bouquets, for example, you still need to budget on sort of 45 quid, 40, 45, 50 quid, depending on who your florist is, to put a bouquet together with you. Because whilst the flowers themselves aren't the most expensive, it does take time to deal with it, to prep it, and then to put it in. Now, I'm going to be actually threading this into greenery. So I've got some beautiful eucalyptus, I've got some chinara, I never know how to say that, and I've got some robusta, and that smells absolutely amazing. But the other thing to note about baby's breath, if you are going to use it as a big bouquet, is, well, do you know what it is? Yeah, it doesn't smell the best. Some people don't mind the smell. It doesn't bother me, I think it's all right. But some people say it smells a little bit like wee-wee. So just bear that in mind. If you're using it, just draped in a few things sparingly, you're not going to notice. But if you use plumes and plumes of it, sometimes it does have a little bit of an odour. So there we go, that is baby's breath. Proper name is gypsophila. And you can see now how much that little wrap that we started with has turned into. I just need to get it to breathe. Okay. You also always get some breakages in there, which is the other thing. Your florist will also have quite a lot of wastage with gyp because it does come and it is damaged. Right, okay, it's all in there, breathing, ready for me to take up to dress my tables with later in the week. Bye.